Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today I have Melissa joining me. Hey, Melissa.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, everyone.
Hey guys, we have a really exciting video, how to manifest winning money. So I'm going to share one of my own personal success stories, and Melissa's got some great intentions and a success story of her own about winning things. So yeah, we're going to definitely dive into it. Just before we do, if you would like any extra help, Melissa is available for coaching, as well as she does have a course. It is the 14-day money mental diet challenge, because let's be real, guys, this is all about a mental diet and having a good mental diet, because everyone and everything is really us pushed out. Yeah, and also I know you guys manifested this. We're giving away a free course, how to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. The link for everything I just mentioned is in the description below. One thing I would like to say before we start out is we're in no way promoting gambling or anything like that. We're simply just sharing really great success stories, because you guys are capable of anything. You're capable of winning lotteries, winning scratch tickets, winning bingos, but just to let you know, where you're not of age to gamble, don't gamble. And, we're not promoting it and any, bad habits, right? So yeah, but
and there's other things you can win, other prizes you can win too, sweepstakes, contests, winning anything really.
Exactly. So yeah, okay, let's dive right into it. Oh my goodness, so excited. So I'll start with my success story. So I really like this success story because I was playing bingo with Andrew and my mom, and we're going to Legion. We're playing bingo, and I was never winning. Okay, and I kept intending I would win. I kept intending I would win. I kept intending, but it never happened. Everyone around me won. And so one day, as I was playing bingo, and people around me know what I do for work, and they know about my YouTube channel, and I was like, I said to the lady beside me, I'm like, why aren't I winning? And she's like, well, you're not very good at manifesting money, then, are you? And I was like, no, that's not true. I'm like, I do great at manifesting money. I'm like, just for some reason, I'm not good at manifesting winning when I gamble. And then all of a sudden, this guy at the end of the table, one of my friends, he says, well, I know why I don't win. And I was like, what's that? He's like, oh, because gambling cuts into my drinking money. And my jaw dropped. I've been saying that for years, since I was like in my early 20s. I said it for like 20 years, because when I was younger, I didn't like to gamble, and that was my cute little saying. I'm like, oh, it cuts in my partying money, right? I don't gamble. And then I was like, oh, that's such a limiting belief. And I couldn't believe that he actually said it word for word. So that week I went home and I started intending. I'm like, I win more than enough money to pay for anything that I want. And I completely changed the story. And then I also intended that Andrew and my mom would win at bingo. And then sure enough, the next week came, we go to bingo, and I won the first time. The first card I won, and then my mom won twice and Andrew won. And it was like, oh my goodness, so it's really about everyone and everything is actually you pushed out, and your thoughts will create whatever you want to see in your reality, whether it's winning or not, right?
Yeah. Whatever you believe is true about yourself and in relation to winning, that's what you're going to get all the time.
Well, exactly. So the universe had to say, well, you know what? Gambling cuts into your party money. So guess what? You ain't winning, because you have to have that cut into your other money, right? So once I changed that story, so it's a lot of time, a combination of finding out what's blocking you, as well as adding in a bunch of other affirmations, right?
Right. Yeah. Changing the story. That's the biggest tip always. What story are you telling yourself about the thing that you want? And if it's not matching, if it's contrary to your desire, you got to change it.
Well, exactly. And you won recently. You were just telling me before this video.
So I've had success at bingo too. Actually, I went a couple of years ago, I think this was maybe a year ago, for the first time. And I just was so excited to be there. And I just had this belief that it's so easy to win a bingo, and people always win, and it's really easy. And the very first time I went, I ended up winning the big prize of the night. I think it was like $250, but it was just like, of course I won, because I believed it was so easy. And then just recently, to bring in the new year, I'm a fan of scratch tickets, and I win on them frequently, but it's small amounts. And I have been trying to figure out what's my story going on there. It's easy to win large amounts, right? So I started changing my mental diet about how much I win on scratch tickets. And I don't know if you can see this, but I just won, let's see here. It might be kind of blurry.
It's blurry because you blurred your background. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I promise this is a winning ticket. And if you could see, there's some pink
Oh, there we
mark
go.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. So that pink mark, you had to get the same dollar amount 3 times. And I don't know if you can see on this ticket, but I've got 3 pink marks because I got $200 3 times. So I won $200 on a $10 ticket. So that was confirmation for me. Oh, my new mental diet is working. My new assumption is becoming a belief. Boom, there's my proof. So that was a fun little way to start the new year. And then, just in the past, like I remember one time I saw in a magazine, like a really well-known magazine, that they were doing a contest to win concert tickets for my favorite band. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is meant for me. This article in this magazine was totally put here so I could see it. I have to enter this because those are my tickets. And I entered it, followed the directions, and I just knew I'm the winner. These tickets are mine. And I wasn't really focusing on it after that. I wasn't really concerned about it. I just knew they were my tickets. And sure enough, like a week later, I got the email, congratulations, you won the tickets. And I got to go for free to see my favorite band. And it was so awesome.
That is so cool. Sorry, one thing I just wanted to point out here is because I just had this moment. Okay, so if anyone's wondering what are your blocks about anything, right? It's your story that you tell yourself. So right when you were talking about a sweepstakes to win tickets, the first thought that popped in my head is nobody ever wins any of those. And like, so, and then I went, oh, that's my block there. I'm like, so like, and I just had that, then I thought, and I was like, as you were talking, I'm like, I need to change that story. I'm like, people always win. I always win that. But so my point, guys, is when you are thinking about something, what is that first thought? What's that gut thought reaction that pops in your head? I mean, most often than not, that's what your block is going to be, right? So, mine was just discovered right there. And that's the process. It's that quick. When you hear someone talking about something, what are your thoughts that are coming up as they're talking about them is another great way to find your blocks. But sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, great. That's a perfect. That's the whole reason we're doing this video, right? So you can discover what you're thinking about it, so you can change it, so you can win a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Another time. Oh, and I've won quite a few jackpots on slot machines. But that didn't start happening for me until I decided that it's easy to win. The casinos want you to win because then you play more. My thoughts create. I'm the creator of my reality. I decide I win, so I win. If that person can do it, I can absolutely do it. There's no difference between me and that. Until I started changing my talk about winning on slot machines, because I had some limiting beliefs there. I had the belief like the house always wins, or it's a waste of money, or you never really win big prizes. But totally not true. I switched around my story, and I've won quite a few jackpots between like 1,000 and 3,000. So, test it out. Start to figure out what story you're telling yourself about winning anything. And if like what Amanda just discovered, if something comes up and it doesn't match what you want, you got to flip it.
Well, exactly. And, and I think you've got a really good point. So you've got to change the story. Say, if you're going to go win at slots, right? Okay, what's the story about the casino? What's the story about the slot machines, right? What's your story about yourself? Okay, so, I like common limiting beliefs would be like, I never win anything, or the slots are rigged, or the house always wins, right? So really taking and writing down all of your negative thoughts, your limiting beliefs, your blocks, right? And then changing them one by one into your positive intentions. And then take that new list that you have and read it through 3 times a day. Start to get familiar with that new story, right? And as you start saying those new things, you'll start to see them. You'll start to feel like they're true. You start to believe them. And you don't need to believe anything that you want to create. You just need to start saying it. And when you start saying it, you'll start to believe it. And when you believe it, it'll show up, right? Especially if you've got an extreme disbelief. You just got to do it. You just got to start saying it. It's like if you tell yourself a lie long enough, you believe it. Well, if you tell yourself an intention long enough, you'll believe it.
Absolutely. It's just seeing something from a different perspective, changing your mind about what you believe is true about it. That's all it takes. And something that helps me if I'm really stuck on something is like, you know what? Somebody's going to win this. Why couldn't it be me? And if I answer that question with because, there's how I know what my blocks are.
Exactly, exactly. I remember I went to a long time ago. Melissa reminded me of this story. Was I won this wine basket, and I remember I had to like enter this contest, and the whole night I'm like, I want that wine basket. I'm going to win that wine basket. I'm going to win that wine basket. And then sure enough, I won the wine basket, right? So, it's about having all of your thoughts towards what you actually want rather than what you don't want, and rooting out all that old story, because everyone is you pushed out. So like, I do it in my video games all the time. I'll sit down and I'll be like, okay, today in my video game, like I play Grand Theft Auto online, absolutely love it. And my video, I'm like, I'm going to make like $1 million today, right? In my video game. I've got this many hours, I'm going to make $1 million. And then sure enough, I pretty much do it every single time. If I'm like going, oh, you know what, I want to buy something in my game, but I'm like, this is taking so long, the money doesn't move. Other times I'm like, oh, where'd that money come from? Like all of a sudden Grand Theft Auto is like, oh, login bonus, $1 million today. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's the same thing with slot machines. I mean, your thoughts can actually go in, change the computer programming, change the mechanics of it for it to work and be rigged in your favor. Like the scratch and win, right? So you think, okay, I'm going to win a scratch and win. Your thoughts actually go back in time, and then the winning one that's going to be win the amount that you want to win gets printed, gets basically into a truck, shipped right to your corner store, and like it's the one that you end up buying, right? So this is all of this is entirely possible. I remember there was an experiment done where they had like these two little boxes, and both had these clicks, these left clicks and right clicks. And these clicks were recorded and they were stuck in a box, and nobody knew what the clicks were on there. They were random. And then all of a sudden they said to the person before they listened to it, okay, you tell me, is there going to be more right clicks on the right side or left clicks? And the person was like, they made their determination. And when they pulled it out of the box and listened to it, it was exactly what they were thinking it would be. Because your thoughts can go back in time. You can change things in the past. You can make things so they work out in your favor and show up the way they want just by declaring what you want now. It's based in quantum physics. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah. I mean, what an amazing gift we all have, right? And you can have anything you want.
I know, exactly, right? Absolutely anything you want. And, and the only thing is changing the story. So I suggest to everybody right now, really get excited about being on top of your thoughts, right? Like get excited about the possibilities of everything you want this year, like, because it's a new year. And my New Year's resolution, I'm sticking to my mental diet and getting clear on what I want. So get clear on what you want and start doing a list of little things like, where are you going to win money from? What prizes are you going to, make a declaration right now that you're going to win a prize to go somewhere, like a vacation, and start declaring, I keep winning everything. I constantly win everything. Right? Yeah,
let's win a bunch of stuff in the new year. Let's have fun with this. And anyone watching, when you watch this and start to change your story and you win stuff, comment below, because we all want to hear about it, and it helps everybody else, seeing, oh, they won it, I could totally win that too.
Exactly. Yeah. So when you have some intentions.
I do, yeah. So these are some of the things I started telling myself to help change my story about winning things. So I win something every day. I always get free things. The odds are always in my favor because you're creating the odds, right? So of course they're in your favor. Every ticket I play is a winner. It's easy to win. If they can win, so can I. And then a couple fun ways to, impress your subconscious mind is like, if you wanted to do a stat scene or something, one fun one is imagining seeing that email in your inbox that says, congratulations, you're a winner, or congratulations, you won. And then another good one is imagining friends or family telling you, oh, you're so lucky, you win all the time. I wish I could win like that, because that's just repeating back to you your beliefs that you are now always a winner.
I love that. I love going into what you're going to see, hear, and feel when you actually get what you want, because it really solidifies it. You know what I mean? I really think it's beneficial. So, oh my goodness, so amazing. I intend that this video has inspired everybody, got everyone excited to go out there and manifest some, little things. And I mean, who doesn't like winning something? It feels so good and exciting. So absolutely. And we intend that all of you guys manifest money easily and effortlessly. And thanks for joining me today, Melissa.
Thanks for having me. It's always fun chatting about this with you, Amanda.
Always. And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.